Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to create a brand guide in Figma. So this is a brand guide that we created for one of our clients, and it is a great way just to organize your logo, color palette, your typography in a simple and nice looking format. So you can see how this color palette and brand guide informed this design that's over here, and we use the same colors and the logo and everything from this and the typography in this mock-up. So the way you would create something like this is you just create a frame, and I'm just going to drag a custom size frame because it can really be anything you want. And then you can see there's some simple elements that we did here. So for example, there's this footer element at the bottom. So it's got this little footer element, and we could make this the same color if we wanted to. So we just use the eyedropper. And then I'm just going to pull over this text too. Okay, so we just have a few simple things here. So there's a text on this side, and I'm going to shrink that down, and we're going to put, so this could be like, if you wanted to create a template for this, this could be the client's name and the brand style guide, and then you could do shift on both of these and do auto layout, and you could get some spacing between them. So maybe it's 500, then you can center this on your document. So you kind of have a footer here, and that's already done. And then the other elements that you see in here are just, there's these lines. So you just make a line for the different sections you want to do, and there's really only 3 lines in here. There's just a line across and a line down. So there's a line right here. We want to get this to 0, so it's a straight line. We want to center it, and it's already the right color. Oh, it's a black, so we can make it a little bit gray. So if we wanted to, again, we can use the eyedropper here on this line, make it the same color. So this is just a gray at 100%. It's a little bit lighter, and so we could do that. This line here is 1 thickness, so again, it's just a really thin line. And I could get another one for down here, and then we can get another one and flip it so it's horizontal, or so it's vertical, and then bring this down. So yeah, we've got kind of the bones of it here, and then we just add in these other sections. So these are just circles, and so we would just create 1 circle, and it looks like they're 124 by 124, so we could do that just to make them exactly the same. And then I'm just going to duplicate these and put these in auto layout. So shift A again, and 40, we have 40 pixels in between all of them, and we can center them. So you can see that it's starting to come together, and then I would obviously have these text options over here. So I've got colors. I can just copy this and rename it to logo and to typography. Okay, and I'm starting to get a nice looking design, and then we could just create this rectangle here for the image that we're going to do. We can make it a little more square, so maybe it's 370 by 460, and we've got that there. And then for the colors, we can put in these hex codes as well, so we can copy this over and line it up with our circles. So this is just how you create a brand style guide. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. This is one way. There's other ways that I've seen it done. There's really no right or wrong answer to how you do this. You just want to make it look nice and cohesive. So these are at 40. These are pretty close. I think we could do these at, let's do 78. Those are all good to go, and then we would just put in the hex code based on the color that we want, and obviously we could get this to space a little bit better, so I'm going to move these all up. So we have a little bit more room for typography. I'll move my colors up as well with the hex codes. So we're going to have more room, and we'll kind of center some of these things here. Okay. So, and then I would just put the logos in here. So usually there's a text-based logo like this one, and then there's another logo like this one. So you could have these in here, I would say, as placeholders, because then when you go to create this for someone else, then you have a template that you can use. I'm just trying to get that centered there. And then we can rename this frame. We could call this color or brand guide template. And then if we wanted to create these colors, we could just do that. So we could just use the color, the eyedropper. So that's how you create a brand style guide template. Oh, and these text headings too. So the way that you do that is you just have in here, I'll show you how you can create a new text heading. So you have a text box, and let's say we do, we'll just do heading test. So I'm going to break this. This is a text style. So let's say I wanted a really big heading, like a huge heading. And so I want this to be a saved style. So I'm going to go into these 4 dots, and now I'm in styles. I'm going to click the plus sign, and I'm going to say huge heading. And there we go. Now this is saved as a style, so I can reuse this in my design over here. And I can show that out at some point in the video. But that's all that this is saying, is that there's some these are the different heading styles that we're using. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger just to kind of fill in this space. Okay, so there we go. So now we have a nice brand guide template. We have logo, colors, typography. We have the image that would go there. And we could also make this, if we want to make it more like a template style, we could kind of make this the same gray as these. And maybe these are black for other clients, so we're going to keep those as black. And now we've got more of a true template where the hex codes aren't filled in, the headings are still there, so we'd have to change the font, and the logo's still here, but we've got the basic template here. And then obviously we can export this frame as PNG, PDF, and so we can see what it would look like. And it looks pretty nice. So we could obviously make this aligned a little bit better overall. But we've got our nice brand guide, we've got our client's name, and so I can see a few areas where I can make this a little better, like these aren't totally centered here on the so now they're centered. So yeah, that's how you make a brand style guide. This is one option that you can use here, and it's really simple to make, and there are other ways you could do this, but I hope you found that video helpful and just kind of seeing the process of how you could actually create something like this from scratch. So obviously I had the template over here to follow, but just pulling in the shapes and logos and text pretty quickly, I have a nice looking brand guide. So I hope that's helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.